Hey, what's up everybody? This is Power Glove Pixels. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 secret mysteries in games. Let me start by saying that there are many and so many Easter eggs across so many video games that developers put in. And, sometimes they're just unsolved and sometimes you just can't figure out what they are. But this one in particular I picked was because it's very interesting. It's about a relationship that we're having trouble, a couple, and according to the paper, the husband was heartbroken because the wife got killed. But if you really look deeper into this, it looks like maybe the husband killed her and pushed her off the cliff, maybe because they were having bad in a relationship, or she got maybe caught cheating, or something. The story doesn't really tell you too much on the newspaper, on the GTA world, but I find it kind of interesting because to see this goes, you can spot her in the city north side, and it has to be, I believe, around 11 p.m., which that's the only time you can see her, and you have to walk all the way up there. I believe you could take a car, but to go up there, once you're up there, you can spot her from a distance because you can't get really close, and otherwise she disappears. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. Another thing that's interesting is that on the ground you can actually see blood written Jock or Jack. I'm not really sure, Jock or Jack. So it seems that the killer or whoever pushed this person off the cliff wrote that on the ground. And the story goes, this is another rumor, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but apparently you can actually find more to this quest on offline, because there's online and offline, but on the offline you can actually find more to this story. And apparently this killer can be spotted in the hills, kind of like where the Beverly Hills area is at, according to Los Santos. I'm not sure. I've never tried it personally. Let me know down below if you guys ever have done this quest before, or is it still unsolved. But I would like to know. I would like to know, who killed her and why. Really, what's the truth behind this ghost story. So that's my number 5. So for my number 4 is going to have to be Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. Now you're wondering what's so secret about this. Well, back in 1991 when this game came out in the summer in arcades, apparently if you beat this game perfect without losing a round, without losing a match, and getting all the bonuses perfect, you are able to fight Akuma. Now, what's interesting about this is that apparently when you do end up fighting Akuma, you cannot beat him. It was actually I don't know if it's an Easter egg or whatever, but apparently the developers put him so that you couldn't beat him, and if you ever did beat him, you actually get the secret ending. But I never bought this back in 91, and I still don't buy it to this day. And I don't know, maybe you guys have maybe unlocked that, but me personally, I have never was able to fight them. Now Akuma, obviously he appears in Street Fighter later, but not on Street Fighter Hyper Fighting. Or maybe there's a ROM or a hack maybe back then that he would come out. I would like to know if he does come out, because to this day, I have never done it personally. I have never beaten this game without losing a match. But yeah, I would like to know. So that's my number 4. So the next game on my list is Super Mario Galaxy 2. This game came out on the original Wii, and I love this game. This game is really great, but honestly, there's some creepy shit in this game to this day. I'm like, what the hell was the developers thinking? Now you can see these shadow people looking at you if you go into first person view, and it's really creepy because they're just looking at you. And on the screenshot you can see that they're just looking at you, 3 shadow people. And years later, apparently some hackers, they got more deep into this game. They hacked this game and they found some interesting messaging within the coding in this game. Beyond Hell Valley, what the hell is that? Or Hell Valley Sky Tree. This is supposed to be a family game, and we're getting some crazy satanic stuff in this damn game, which I find really funny. I don't know if the developers were intended for this to happen, or I don't know, but this is some satanic stuff, honestly. Weird shit, creepy shit that, to this day I don't even know exactly what the fuck is going on. But let me know, what do you guys think of this? Do you think Satan's behind this game? So the next game in my list is Banjo Kazooie. This game came out on N64 back in 1998, and then later on Xbox Live. But this game has so many Easter eggs and a lot of stuff that to this day, it's a mystery, honestly. For example, there's a chest apparently in this world of Banjo-Kazooie where you can't even open it. So it seems like if the developers were trolling us with this chest, and for some reason you just can't open it. I don't know what the hell, or maybe you can, but we still haven't figured that out. Or maybe someone in the comments, you guys could let me know. But for me personally, this is one of the most interesting Easter eggs in the game of Banjo-Kazooie, because I spent many hours in this game. And yeah, so let me know down below if you guys have figured this one out. So the last game in my list is Super Mario 64. This game came out in 1996 on the Nintendo 64, and this is actually, I would say, a mystery secret that it became actually true years after. So as you guys know, if you collect 120 stars, there's a cannon that actually opens outside, which, everybody knows that, right? You grab the cannon, you go on the top, and guess what? You see Yoshi. And the first time I saw this, I was like, wow, does that mean I'm gonna ride Yoshi? But unfortunately, all he does is he talks to you and gives you extra lives. But what's interesting about this mystery is that it actually became true. According to Miyamoto, back in when the Nintendo 64 was out, there was an interview where he said that he wanted to put Yoshi, but it just never, I guess the time or something, it just never made it into the final game. But years later, on the Nintendo DS, it actually became a reality, because you can actually play as Yoshi, and a lot of people wanted that. And I guess years later he ended up putting Yoshi as a character, and honestly, that's one of the things I wanted to do in this game, is ride Yoshi or play as Yoshi. And it seems maybe Miyamoto, he considered that years later. But in the beginning, obvious, on the Nintendo 64 you cannot play as Yoshi. There is no way you can play as Yoshi on the Nintendo 64 ROM cartridge, but on the Nintendo DS you can. So let me know down below if you guys knew any of these mysteries, or maybe you guys have solved some of these mysteries before. I would like to know down below. So that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching. This is Power Glove Pixels. Till next time.